The house never loses. We all know it. So flipping over to our last topic here about international sports and international students. I want to
guys hear these
one little
numbers.
anecdote.
Crazy
One little
numbers.
anecdote before I go into the numbers here. So when I was in college, this was me and my friends. We always loved saying this. We're like, listen, I love watching professional sports because you're watching human beings at the highest level perform, and they have all the nutrition. They have the exercise equipment. They're obviously like prime time peak athleticism of the human beings of the human race. When you're watching college sports, they're bigger than me. When I'm watching a Division I player, I'm not going to compete at that level. I can't. They're just larger human beings than I am. But when I come in to watch those games, I have a feeling of camaraderie with them. I'm saying to myself, okay, we're the same person. We're the same people. Like, I feel like a kindred spirit. I'm walking to class, you're walking to class. We're both passing each other on the sidewalk. You know, I don't have any money in my bank account. You don't have any money in your bank account. We feel the same. Now, this is what I'm going to get into. I don't feel the same. I don't feel the same about money. I don't feel the same about the demographics that we're going into here. So when we're talking about international students and we're talking about the opportunities that are available at these colleges, we kind of touched on this, I think, a few weeks ago, but how the international students, it's all about opportunity. That's all college sports is. You have the opportunity to better yourself, to grow as an individual, and then after school, have a degree and have opportunities throughout the rest of your life that athletics can provide for you. Amazing. In college sports today, in the NCAA this year, there are 25,000 international student athletes.
Sick. Scholarship.
So let's play the numbers out here really quick. So we said this before, 60 million youth in America play sports at some level, some degree. Moving into high school, the numbers at every level obviously shrink, competition rises, fewer teams, all of that. From 60 million youth sports, 8 million high schoolers play sports in America.
But
From
remember,
there, 530,000 kids then move on to college. That is 5 to 8%, depending on the year, go from high school to college. From college to professional sports, the NFL and NBA are fractions of a fraction, but across all sports, 2% make it to college. That means that 3 out of every 10,000 kids that play high school sports will go pro in whatever they're doing. That's the real numbers. Those are the real numbers that happen every single year. That's how slim the margins are to get to a professional level of any sport. Now, you want to take away 25,000 scholarships.
That's crazy.
25,000 opportunities from kids from America who parents go to the schools, kids go to the schools, alumni, everyone's supporting these colleges, these universities.
It's sick.
But then they're turning around and giving away 25,000. I mean, that sounds like you say it like, okay, it's 5% of whatever of 500,000 people.
The number is,
but it's not. It's 25,000 real lives could be changed, and they're not.
Oh my God.
And like your famous line, it's not the International Collegiate Athletic Association. It's the National Collegiate. So what's the point? Again, if you want to change the rules, change the rules. But do it.
People know.
Do it correctly.
But let the alumni know. Let the alumni know. Let the people know. Let the parents know. Let the fans know. I mean, hear that. You guys hear that? That when Andrew told me that this morning, thank God I didn't eat breakfast or lunch, because had I known that, I might have threw up. You understand? It is sickening.
It's crazy numbers.
To think, look, I watched. I don't watch TV, man. I can't stand watching it because I get a headache from it. It's all garbage, even the sports. Mm-hmm. But I would tell you, my wife and I sat, because I knew we were going to do this show. I sat and watched the ACC network and the Big Ten network, and I watched Pitt play soccer, and I watched Penn State play soccer, and I watched Pitt play volleyball, and Penn State play volleyball. I'm just talking about our home state. Andrew and I are in Pennsylvania, guys, in case you haven't figured it out. But I know there's people watching us all over the country. But this applies to every single one of your universities, not just the big universities, the smaller universities too. They're taking.
No, yeah, that number's for D1, D2, D3, it's everything across the board.
So what happens is, me, for example, my daughters played volleyball, they played soccer, they were great competitors. You understand? We put them in clubs. They played in clubs. Do you know how much money it costs to sign up for a club? I know, Andrew, you're gonna talk about your friend here in a little bit, but I lived it. I lived it. So you invest this money, then the travel. My daughters were flying to Chicago and Florida and California. And one time they were supposed to go to Las Vegas. I canceled. I said, I'm not letting my daughter go to Las Vegas. That's the worst city in the world. You understand? When am I letting my daughter? And the coach got mad at me. The coach got mad at me. I said, I'm not letting my daughter go to Las Vegas. Are you crazy? You understand? But anyway, it's hard when you're truthful. People don't like you when you're truthful, Andrew. But anyway, and my daughter's coach was an Olympic volleyball player on the USA. I mean, and we her club was down in Valley Forge, so we took her to this we drove her down. And my wife and I, we take turns driving her down, and it costs us a boatload. And then they fly all over the country and so forth and so on. So you invest tens of thousands of dollars if you add it up, because you just don't do it one year. You do it year after year after year. So then I'm watching Pitt. I'm watching Penn State. Nebraska is one of the top teams in volleyball. Every one of them have foreigners. Pitt has 2 foreigners on their volleyball team, and the Nebraska has some foreigners. But I'm watching. Then I watch some soccer. Pitt has 10 foreigners, 10 or 11, and Penn State has a bunch of foreigners on their women's soccer team. For God's sake, do you know how many in the state of Pennsylvania alone? Do you know how many girls are killing themselves with their parents for club volleyball, right? And club soccer. I mean, and club for men and women, right? And they got the audacity. If they got the audacity, Pitt has 10 of them from Africa, Europe, Canada on their women's soccer team, for God's sake. And now you giving me these numbers, and like I said, thank God I didn't eat this morning. I probably would have threw up. But then, look, this corrupt behavior by the NCAA and by the universities and the coaching staffs has got to stop, Andrew. I mean, to think that that's 25,000 opportunities for those 8 million athletes that compete in high school, just stolen from them, right? And all the sacrifice and all the hard work that these young, beautiful girls and young men put out there is just. Ooh, I got a headache. I had a headache. I had a headache, and I'm still sick to think that they're letting males take women's opportunities in athletics, even in the NFL with cheerleading, getting back to add insult. That good all $60 million he's making. So he makes a decision to let all these hardworking women that are cheerleaders in the NFL, right, to let men take those jobs of those women in the NFL. That's what $60 million does for an idiot. And an idiot like that goes in and hires a band that is controversial. That's what $60 million. So that's what $60 million does for you. You make terrible decisions, and the same with the NCAA, Andrew. I am shocked. Honestly, I've had a hard time since you told me that this morning. That I'm just I don't know what to say. I feel so sad. I want to cry. I feel so sorry for our young athletes that are trying to make something of themselves, that they're having 25,000 opportunities in an array. You name the sport. I mean, you name the sport. It's happening.
So I told you this story earlier. So I'm at dinner with my friend this weekend.